stadium is mid-sized in terms of capacity. Its capacity for decibel level virtually unmatched. Like when Kenny Wheaton took back the pick. Legends like Mariota and LaMichael ran wild. Welcome to Eugene and Autzen Stadium, home of the Oregon Ducks. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Washington Huskies, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Leaves it with the running back. And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. To the air, it's Childs. Finds the tight end. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Wide receiver shows motion. Bully ball on 3rd and short. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the 1st. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
And the Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on 1st down. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little watermelons, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. Looks as if he's going to run it. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponents. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much all throughout the year. All the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. After the misfire, it's second down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Dropping back, it's Childs. Throwing right. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got room on the return. The 40. The 30. He's at the 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Huskies. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be a 10. Take that thing all the way back.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Looking to throw on second down. Working the middle, it's complete. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
That's a really nice looking throw. And when I think about the Ducks offense, I think about explosive plays, right? In the running game, but also in the passing game. I feel like if this team is going to win the conference, they need this guy here to be able to make throws like that on a consistent basis. But I'll tell you, he really gives them a chance. He makes this offense go.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Childs. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. And he's got it inside the 20.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Ringo! Ringo! Hey, sir. Jackrabbit.
Give to the running back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Headed to the end zone. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
3 and 25.
They'll run play action. That's caught. It's Wall. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Ready.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Cricket.
Dropping back, it's Childs. He's got it. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Well, this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line finding creases.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line.
Tuna. Longer. Let go.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was, with that ball landing out of bounds.
After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to run it in from the 2 on 3rd down?
Gorilla. Dino. Here we go, set.
Direct snap. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. East Carolina is just getting blown off the field right now, and like them or hate them, I think anyone would agree this is tough to watch. They're trailing by 14 to Temple. He'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. First down for this offense. Hand off from the shotgun. They knocked him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
They'll try the run. Slithers into space. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
Snagged in the middle. It's Boston. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Really nice looking pass there. You think about all the great Washington quarterbacks, right? Warren Moon, the Heward brothers, Mark Brunell, Jake Browning. The greatest quarterback name in college football history, Sonny Sixkiller. That guy was throwing seeds at the University of Washington. This dude right here, putting on his best Sonny Sixkiller impersonation.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Boston. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
That's caught. It's Washington. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
And the Huskies will snap it on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He'll get rid of it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Washington. And they make the connection, and he's got it at the 10-yard line. Set up with a red zone opportunity.
Yeah, and these halfbacks, man, they're wide receivers now. They do so much work in practice now with the wide receiver group, and you can see it there. Sells like he's going outside, sticks his foot in the ground, angles to the middle of the field. Quarterback finds him for the first down.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats or what is in yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
It's complete to the left. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for the whole length of the game.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you get receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. and he'll bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown Ducks! Reeled it in and just made the house call. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something taken out.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And look, defenses obviously have to play man coverage in different situations of the game, but you got to wonder if this defense wants to keep playing man after giving up that big play.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. We had a barn burner the last time these two teams played, and no reason to expect anything else between these two bitter rivals.
Attention to detail, and I think the sense of urgency, David, in a game like this just goes way up.
And I think managing the emotions in these type of games, you know last year was a classic. Now you're trying to form this year's identity of this team and go out and get a win in a big-time rivalry game.
They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the move, it's Washington. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He caught it. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
On first and goal, let's see what Washington does. Quarterback keeper. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Washington.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Ready to go back to work on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
First down here for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback checking the play. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the big fella. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Wide out in motion. Looking to pass. It's Childs. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it goes through his hands. Explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Fair catch called for and made. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Washington. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
At the 35, he's open. Keeps it and gets past the chains. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Going over the top. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Man, how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Makes the grab. It's Washington. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
That's a really good-looking throw right there. And that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback, Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball than Warren Moon did. Tightest spiral I've ever seen. That right there reminded me of old number 1.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Looking for the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Now on second down. He'll just keep slinging it. Finds his tight end. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Tackle is made after the first down.
It's a nice run there to get the first down. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the stable of backs and the weapons this offense has. A lot of different guys can touch the football in a variety of ways, but they've been running it very, very well in this game so far.
Gets it out fast. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Williams will pass. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw for it. Floating away. To catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Looking for a man. It's Childs. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy out. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
They'll go to the air. Throws for the tight end. Catch in the middle, it's Wall. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on third down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Belly stunner. Set. Hut. Lasso.
Here's the handoff. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Calls his own number. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. The Ducks are flying down the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to find his man on first down. Working that left side now. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
And this offense has got it all working. Right, it's just been tough. This defense is on its heels, can't figure it out. A bunch of plays in a row now, a bunch of success. This offense is doing what they want to do, how they want to do it. Defense is going to need to do something different to try to mix up this rhythm.
Getting some heat. Quick strike complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Looking for a man, it's Childs. Got his man. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here.
Easy. Man.
Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Timber. Ready.
The snap sets up the throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a...
Hit the afterburners, kid. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
What a great play call offensively. Taking the shot, you flip the field, and now you better get those red zone play calls ready and dialed up.
You get the big play, now to pay it off. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the right. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved.
Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Bringing it back. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points. And now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What are you doing in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
He barges his way into the end zone for the 2, and we are locked up here in the 4th. We've got a dandy going here, all tied up in the 4th quarter and about to kick it away. Coming out with it, it's Washington. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick-6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that when he loses 4 on the carry.
Anytime you play this offense, the challenge is stopping this quarterback from running the ball. You've already seen in this game, he's been able to break off a few runs and do some nice things. That time, though, the defense had his number and tackled him for a loss.
Here comes the crowd trying to make it tough on 3rd and long. Backed up in their own end, maybe a quick hitter. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. On the he toasts the coverage. Got it deep downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Williams looking for a man. Now sliding to his left. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Takes a handoff. It's Washington. Turns it on down the left side. The 30. The 10. Touchdown, Huskies. They move on top here in the fourth.
Touchdown, Washington.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Toledo is ahead in this one. This team plays a hard-nosed brand of football there in the MAC, but they're a long way from closing this out. They're up by a field goal over the Red Hawks of Miami. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the right. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Now on second down after the incompletion. To the ground with the back. Bulls his way forward. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want him, okay? I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Let's forget the running game stuff. We're going to play a little pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
They'll give it to the back. Hard running there. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Quarterback checking off. Looking downfield, it's Childs. He's got his man, makes the grab. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
And how nice is it, David, on third down to have a viable option running routes out of your backfield? That's why this running back is so valuable to this offense.
Yeah, and what matchup do I want to play? I want to play matchups where I have the advantage. I got a speed matchup of a linebacker versus a running back. Nice route, looking like he's going outside, cuts it in. Nice timing and rhythm with the quarterback. Nice third down conversion.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He looks that one in nicely. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Well, there's no doubt where the quarterback's going to be looking in this 2-minute situation trailing in this game. Tonight, time and time again, he has been feeding this guy the football, already over 100 receiving yards, and he comes up with another big play for his quarterback on a 2-minute drive.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. He's looking to throw it. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
They'll leave it with him. On the move at the 30. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Makes the catch. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. Exceptional footwork to stay in bounds, and just a little bit better, and he could have scored.
Yeah, if he keeps his balance or gets the speed going upfield a little bit more, he might get into the end zone, but just kind of ran out of space over there on that sideline.
And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon!
Great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Did you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
And he needs this one for the tie, and he's got it. We're locked up in the 4th. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, trying to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. They want to run this quarterback. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. He'll try to really get into this one. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. Just can't lose focus like that. You got to know the snap count. First down here for the offense. Dropping back, it's Childs. Fires one high and deep. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. Taking it the other way. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The pressure was rising, drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
On the move and looking deep. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. He's going to pass. Quarterback adapting. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
Well, it's the fourth quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He'll pull it down. He breaks the tackle. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. So they'll send out the field goal unit. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Oregon.
They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. The line of scrimmage is the 25. It'll be a 42-yard kick for the win. From 42 yards out, he calls ball game. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.